Hey ladies and gentlemen, about to clean a couple of rifles here and answer a couple of questions that I've seen unanswered elsewhere about this royally screwed AKM mount, the RS Products AKM mount for a 30mm optic on an AK. I'll start out by showing you that the chamber is empty there. Alright, first you do get some co-witness. You can see how low it sits. And there's the, let's focus it, there's the rear sight. One downside is you will need to lift this rear sight to open that lens cap if you use the lens cap. But there it is. And you do get let's see if you can see it. There you go. Kind of see about a quarter, lower quarter co-witness. Not great, but better than zero. So that's one of the questions. Do you get a co-witness? It does dovetail on the other side to get it flush over the dust cover. It slides back and forth. It is dimpled, so you can drill it out and pin it when you get it set the way you want it, or just blue Loctite it and get it centered perfectly over this dust cover where you want it. One of the other questions some people seem to have, and it doesn't bother me any if it doesn't, but is can you disassemble the rifle with the optic still on it? And you can. It's, you know, it comes off, and it, from my experience anyway, it maintains zero you know, when you reinstall it. But if you're worried about that, you can, I'm going to do it one-handed anyway, disassemble it while it's still on. So I can do this without sliding my range box across the table. And the bolt carrier comes out. And it's not ideal. Put the bolt back in here. It's not ideal. I mean, it's a little bit picky, but it's not difficult either. I can even do it one-handed. You got to rotate the bolt just a little bit to get it to go back in, but it does go back in. So there you go. I'm not going to put the dust cover back on one hand. I can't hold the phone if I do that. Anyway, I love the mount. There are some options out there where you could get a co-witness gas tube. I was a little leery of that because I don't know about you guys, but even when I shoot slow, my gas tube gets really hot. Didn't want to put a micro or any kind of dot on there with the kind of heat that I was seeing come off that. That's probably not that big a deal. I'm just paranoid, but just for me anyway, I like to mount an optic with the provided side mount on the AK. Vortex is alright, you know, a little bit of a messy dot, but you know, it's not bad for $160. You know, and obviously not the battery life you can get out of the aim point, but not bad at all. And like I said, it does hold zero. Even when you switch between the red and the green dot, it does hold zero. Anyway, hopefully that answered somebody's concerns out there. I know when I was looking for it, that answer would have been a great answer for me to find before I bought it, rather than just experimenting on my own. But anyway, I love the AKM mount. I recommend it. They do make one essentially the same design, but for micro, instead of having this big bracket here, it has like a base plate where you could put a T1 or an H1, and I think even like a primary arms knockoff. I'm not sure about the Vortex micro, but anyway, there are other options out there if you don't want to spend the money on an aim point, or you don't want a big 30mm tube. If you want a micro, that you can put a micro real low too, co-witness behind the rear sight. Anyway, I hope you got some information out of it, and have a nice day.